Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. With Agricor's much-anticipated audit report expected to be published tomorrow, it appears as though the HDZ and SDP may be closer to an agreement on forming an investigative commission to look into the near demise of the food and retail giant. Meanwhile, SDP President Davor Bernardic said he wanted the Prime Minister to answer some pressing questions in Parliament regarding the Agricor affair, especially related to accusations made by former Interior Minister Vlaho Orepić that the Prime Minister interfered in police business.
What is his connection to the people who wrote Lex Agricor? How was it possible for the Prime Minister to influence those in the judiciary and the police? These accusations are based on the recent statements of the former Interior Minister Vlaho Orepić. But at the same time, we must ask ourselves why it took Minister Orepić so long to speak out. These are questions the Prime Minister must answer before Parliament. There is absolutely no reason why this committee to investigate Agricor should not be formed immediately.
Parliamentary Speaker Gordian once again said the election of Constitutional Court justices must not be contingent upon the formation of the commission to look into Agricor. He also said he didn't want the commission to interfere with the ongoing investigation being conducted by the State Attorney's Office.
It's in our interest to get to the bottom of the whole Agricor affair, so we can find out who is responsible. We definitely don't want this thing to deteriorate into political finger-pointing.
Attorney General Dinko Cvitan commented on the Agricor affair, saying he was looking forward to the auditor's report. He also said the State Attorney's Office had employed a number of top experts for the investigation and added that his office was working well within their mandated budget.
If the parliamentary committee tasked with investigating Agricor is formed, they will be occupied with investigating certain facets of the affair. We, on the other hand, will only be concerned with uncovering the facts to determine the possible criminal liability of the individuals involved in this case.
Emil Tedeschi, the owner and CEO of Atlantic Group, said while the release of Agricor's financial status was highly anticipated by the business world, the crisis has brought to light some glaring issues affecting society as a whole.
The fact of the matter is the Agricor crisis is the biggest disaster faced by our society since the beginning of the war in 1991. The issues are extremely complex. It's a financial crisis, it's a management crisis. It has moral and ethical issues, and it also underlines problems within our public administration. These are not only the problems of one private company, but of our entire society.
According to near-simultaneous statements released by the offices of the Croatian and Serbian presidents, the planned visit to Croatia by Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić in November has been postponed. The decision comes after Serbia unveiled a monument in Belgrade last week to a major in the Yugoslav People's Army who killed 11 Croatian soldiers in a suicide attack in Bjelovar in 1991.
Due to the latest developments, the current climate is not conducive to building mutual trust. The President of the Republic of Croatia has decided that the preconditions for a constructive meeting do not exist at this time.
Prime Minister Andrej Plenković had this to say regarding the cancelled visit.
Considering the recent statements made by members of the Serbian government, I feel that the meeting should be put on hold for the time being.
A protest by unions representing Croatian pensioners has been announced for October 10th in 6 major cities around the country. With 60% of retirees living below the poverty line, unions are calling for an increase to current pensions, the introduction of a national pension, systematic reforms, and more protection for pensioners' rights. Health and wellness, hosting international congresses, and cycling tourism are just some of the ways that participants at today's conference on year-round tourism said would help extend the season in Croatia. So far, Croatia has enjoyed a record-breaking year in tourist arrivals and overnight stays when compared to last year.
We are talking about double-digit increases in the number of overnight stays and arrivals, and the majority of that increase occurred prior to the peak season. Therefore, we can see concrete results from the investments that have been made in tourism infrastructure and renovated hotels.
Tourists are looking for new and authentic experiences. Slavonia, Central Croatia, Lika, the whole country for that matter, is perfect for satisfying the needs of today's trends in global tourism.
Taking a quick look at sports in tennis, Croatia's top-ranked player Marin Cilic is through to the quarterfinals of the ATP tournament underway in Tokyo, Japan, after beating Japan's Yasutaka Uchiyama 6-3, 6-4. He plays the world's 52nd ranked player, American Ryan Harrison, on Friday for a spot in the semifinals. In football, with Friday's game versus Finland approaching fast, the Croatian men's national team took advantage of today's dry weather to put in 2 practice sessions. Croatia has only 2 games left in qualifications for the World Cup in Russia. Injured striker Nikola Kalinic, who plays his professional football for AC Milan, will be replaced in the lineup by Andrej Karamaric. And despite missing several key players, Croatia remains the heavy favorites and are confident of a positive result. Moving on to gymnastics, at the World Championships underway in Montreal, Canada, Croatia's 21-year-old Tin Srbic has qualified for the finals of the men's high bar event after finishing 3rd in qualifications. The final will be held on Sunday. The weather forecast for tomorrow calls for mostly sunny skies, with an increased chance of rain along the northern Adriatic and mountainous regions. A moderate to strong southwesterly wind will blow in the continent, while the coast can expect a southeasterly and southwesterly. Seas moderately wavy, but with good visibility. Morning lows of between 8 and 13 in the interior, and between 13 and 18 on the coast, will give way to highs of 19 to 24 degrees Celsius. Clouds and rain showers are expected to move in overnight from Thursday to Friday. A wave of cold weather could increase the chance of snow in higher elevations. Storms are expected to clear up towards the end of the day on Friday, beginning in the west. The weekend looks to be mostly sunny, with scattered clouds and the chance of light rain on Sunday. Temperatures will be noticeably cooler. Rain showers are also in the forecast for the coast on Friday, with higher intensity in places. The weekend will again be mostly sunny, but cooler. Rain is possible along the northern coast on Sunday. A moderate to strong northeasterly and northerly wind will weaken on Saturday. And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night.